that is not backed by gold or silver. And you guys understand that? All right, now let's see if I can speed along. Now, I want you guys to look up, and I'm sure most of you already know this, but I'm going to have you look it up anyway. Turn in this dictionary to the word guest, G-U-E-S-T. See, I'm just giving you some concepts so you comprehend what people have been trying to say to you all this time. Because once you see it, it's like, oh, snap. Well, why didn't they explain it this way before? Maybe I could have figured it out the first time I heard it. G-U-E-S-T. Is anybody there? Yes. A guest, basically what it should say in this definition of guest, is a guest is someone that is in your car with you, traveling about your own private affairs for pleasure. Is that accurate? Yes. I mean, I got to get to the definition to read it verbatim. Because I don't have my book. I got to find it in my notes. Hold on. If you can read it faster and louder.
A guest in an automobile is one who takes ride in an automobile driven by another person, merely for his own pleasure or on his own business, and without making any return or conferring any benefit on automotive traffic.
Is one whom the owner or possessor of the automobile invites or permits to ride with him as a gratuity. Gratuity means as a gift or for free. So when you roll around with your people, your homies and your friends, and you guys get stopped, the officer's like, okay, driver, get out over here, and passenger, get out over here. These people are not passengers, they're your guests. A passenger is someone that is in the ride because they paid to be there. Now it says here that a guest is there without any financial return, except such slight benefits as are customarily part of courtesies and habit as so happy. So when you roll along with somebody, oh man, here's $10 for gas. You have to for gas. That's something they just want to do. You know, or you might say, you let me out with the gas. You know what I'm trying to say? These people are in the ride with you as guests. Turn to passenger. Because this is where you're going to get blasted. Who's there?
Passenger, in general, a person who gives compensation to another for transportation.
Let me tell you what I got here. Passenger. In a general sense, it's one who gives compensation for a ride. In a restricted legal sense, one who is being carried by another for hire. The essential elements of passenger as opposed to guest under guest statute are that the driver must receive some benefit inducing the cause of transportation so as to completely overshadow mere hospitality or friendship. How many of you have ever ridden around with somebody as a passenger in your car? How many of you have gotten tickets and all of them were talking about passengers and you went to court and they're talking about passengers? So now you understand the difference between a passenger and a guest. People that are in your ride with you because y'all just kicking out, chilling, hanging out, kicking it, they are your guests. You are a traveler, not a driver. It's word game, buzzwords. Had a friend that went to court once. He was arguing this whole thing about I wasn't a driver, I was a traveler, that person wasn't a passenger, my guest. And the judge was telling him, you know, Mr. So-and-so, because they actually took him out of a very crowded courtroom and put him into a very empty courtroom. You know, they moved him place to place. So we went, he wanted me to go with him, I was with him, and the judge told him, you know, this is the city of Long Beach. And because the brother kept insisting on a jury trial. He said, and I can guarantee you that if you insist on a jury trial with a bunch of jurors in the city of Long Beach, they're not going to know what you're talking about when you start talking about drivers and travelers and guests and passengers, and they're not going to care. Now, what I'm going to do for you is I will drop this from a felony to a misdemeanor, and I will give you 1 year of, what do you call that kind of probation? Huh? Summary probation is what we call it out there, which means you don't have to report to any probation officers or any of that, and, you know, this kind of thing. And he just was like, no, and he argued the thing, and he didn't turn around where I could see him, because I was going to say, still, let's go. What the judge was saying without taking, the judge even made, because the police came that were opposing him. The judge got to a point where he made them get up and leave the courtroom. He made the officers, the cops, get out. He didn't want them to hear squat. Right. So he just told the brother, look, I hear what you're saying, but this jury trial you keep insisting on, if you insist on that, you're going to lose. This is what I'm willing to do for you. Now, a lot of people are like, no, I don't want to win, I don't want nothing. Now, he went to court, he had a jury trial, and he lost. But, you know, he appealed, and I don't know what was the nature of it. He never heard that, you know. My thing is, do what you have to do to get yourself on about your business. You know what I'm saying? But it's like he said, no, misdemeanor is still a criminal offense, I don't want that on my record. So I'm saying that to say, some magistrates understand what you're saying, and they will try to work with you, but you have to know when the judge is trying to work with you. Right. And know when to just keep it moving. Okay? Now, you guys understand the difference between guests and passengers. Hopefully you know that you're not a driver. Drivers get paid to drive. You're a traveler. My sister back there is a driver. You're a driver. You drive for hire. You understand? Bus drivers, train drivers, taxi drivers, limo drivers, they're drivers. You're a driver for hire when you're on the clock. Okay? Yeah, he has passengers that pay him to ride. But when he's in his own little ride, doing his own thing, minding his own business with his friends, he's a traveler with guests. Okay, it's word game. Let me give you guys, gosh. Turn to privateer. This is what the police are. The cops are privateers. A privateer. Now listen to this. Oh, listen to this. Privateer. Privateer. A privateer is a vessel owned and armed by private individuals and duly commissioned by a belligerent power to go on cruises and make war upon the enemy, usually by preying on his commerce. Commissioned by a nation via a letter of marque to its owner to carry on all hostilities by sea, presumably according to the laws of war. Now, when police are rolling around, what they tell them? And they're cruising, and they little cruisers. Huh? They're privateers. Some of them don't even know what they don't know. They don't know, but they're the people above them know. Yeah. They're really doing brigandage. They're probably doing piracy. Yeah, they're privateers doing piracy. Turn to visit. Visit. V-I-S-I-T. Like you're going to visit somebody in the hospital, visit. In international law, a warship or cruiser, we're back to privateers now, has the right to stop a vessel sailing under another flag on the high seas, or in maritime, and send an officer to the vessel to ascertain whether her nationality is what it purports to be. The word purport in the Black Law Dictionary means professes outwardly. So outwardly, to them, you look like a Moor, and they come over there to see if you're one, and you turn out to be a Christian Negro that's nice. Okay. Get it? Okay. Having said that, there's more we can finish tomorrow. We're on the time constraints, and I think the sisters need to roll down for the camera. But what we will do, I will finish.